Nobody took anything. Everybody thought, the people that went to the shelter, whatever, thought, it's just gonna be like the other one, you know what I'm saying? And then one person told me, I said, well, we survived Camille, and then if we did that, then we can, survive Katrina. And he almost drowned. He and his family almost drowned because the water was so high. But everybody had the same idea. It's just not gonna be this bad, But it was, and when I came home and I went in the house and the water was over, that water line was over my head, I felt like I was drowning. I had to work that Sunday, so everybody had left, but one of my sisters stayed with me. So we left, I guess about 7 o'clock that night after I got off from work. So we went to Alabama because we were thinking like, okay, a few days and we'll be back. I threw some clothes in my bag, and I did get some important papers. And since the last storm, I had some pictures that I had put my daughter's baby pictures and whatever in a little small book, so I took that. And otherwise, and usually if I had time, I usually take all my pictures and all this stuff. But I didn't have time, and I didn't think it was going to be this bad. It's never been this bad. But if it hadn't been for the volunteers, I wasn't here at the early part, but they said it was like an army of angels. An army of angels just marching down the street. Just cannot help you, cannot help you, cannot help you. If it hadn't been for the volunteers, I don't know where the city would be or where we would be. So they came while I was still in Kentucky, and they cleaned our houses out, pulled out all the sheetrock, because I had started myself, because I didn't get any help. I started so much I messed my tendons up in my arm, but it's better not going to physiotherapy. And FEMA gave us $2,000 at the beginning, and then they gave us $2,000 midway, and then they sent us $5,200 for the foundation, to help on the house. But when everybody was off when they gave us the $2,000. And you had to divide it up in clothes and stuff. Well, with me, I was just blessed. I don't care if it was a little insurance. I've never had flood insurance in my life. But Friday before the storm, I called to pay my note, and this lady asked me if I wanted to speak to somebody about their insurance. And I said, well, yes. And so I talked to them, and it sounded good and whatever. And so I took out the insurance, and I just took out for $28,000, I owed on the trail and I owed on the car. It paid the car off, and I just feel so blessed. But if you got a little insurance, what they don't understand, you had to do what you had to do with the money in order, to survive. That's unbelievable. And right now it's kind of stressful because, okay, you gotta have furniture, cabinets, bathroom. You have to start over. I had a friend almost lost her mind. She had just finished paying for a house, and she's 50-something years old, and her children was in college or whatever. She almost lost her mind, and she's still not well. But I'm saying, like, this is material stuff. Thank God. Because she had a house, and that water, that wind, whatever, pushed that house, I guess, 2 houses down. Some people just don't want to come back, and they lost everything. They just, I wasn't coming back. My brother fooled me back. Get you a trailer, and when you come down, you might need it and whatever. And then they told me I could redo my house, so that's what I started doing. I'm doing much better emotionally since you guys came, because I've been running into some people that's been cheating me out of my money, and you just can't find honest people. Now they say they're capitalizing on, what has happened to us. I had ordered some storm doors because they didn't have the kind that I needed, and I went back, which is a month later, to see why my doors hadn't come in, because they said your doors are canceled. I said, who canceled them? I didn't. So your contractor did. Canceled my doors and took my money to tell me nothing. Well, that was the last straw. So I went to the police, and I told them what had happened. But I told them, I said, I really don't want him to go to jail. He said, well, I'll tell you what, I usually don't do this. He said, but I'll call him and tell him you don't have your money there by 5 o'clock, that I was going to put him in jail. So he called me later on. He told me, you know what he told me? That he had made a mistake and he got off on crack. I don't believe that. But he spent my money on crack. He probably spent the rest of my money for my material on crack too. I probably won't ever get, well, I'm going to get it done, because I really, I mean, God, by me getting that insurance in the nick of time, you know what I'm saying? God hasn't increased my faith. So even if he don't give my money back or whatever, I just feel like God just going to work everything out for me. That's the way I really feel. My faith has never been this strong, but I really feel like he's gonna work things out.